things we chase, the things we spend our days chasing after, he said it's all vanity. Help me, Father God, it's the focus on you, Lord. Yeah. No payment options in his life of promise. Holy scripture told the future before Nostradamus. And faith is the currency that keeps us out of bondage. Binge watching sound doctrine is how we make deposits. Witness when they recreate his image, drawing up composites. Change the color of his skin, the establishment is for profit. I used to want a chain, not for nothing, but to let the head of Jesus hang from it and be stylish. But doesn't it seem like somebody just said off with his head, like a symbol of defeat that we wear? Isn't it clear? Decapitation is to prove your opponent is dead. So what's our fascination with these golden souvenirs? None of us can identify the face of the Messiah. So we took the head of Caesar Borgia and severed his and wear it like a pendant, independent of fear, complete lack of conviction. Let the truth enter our ears. He said to never make an image, but we made an image. Turn the living God into a false idol and praised him with it. Ain't no Jesus piece around my neck, that piece will never reflect Yahushua HaMashiach, God's living word in the flesh. We are the image of God. Don't let the devil finesse you and paint a portrait of lies for you to take a picture next to. He can never bless you, our treasure in earthen vessels. The treasure outside of us cannot compare on any level. When the dust settle and the smoke cleared from the kettle, you will finally understand that hope you hear from the ghetto. How can the people so poor still smile and endure all this foul mistreatment, the violent take it by force? The last shall be first, from prophecy to the present. There's a monopoly, the last shall be first, God's possession to the present. You know why it's hard. There's a monopoly, the last shall be first, God's possession. You know why it's hard. There's a monopoly, the last shall be first, God's possession. For the love of money, for the love of money, for the love of money, ask me why I'm always off in the street. Tell me who about to do it if not me. Let me introduce you to the ghetto. Introduce you to White horse crack the sky, he gon' be upon it. Salvation provided for whoever won it. I like my bread unleavened, put no fluff upon it. I would no longer put no reverend over God incarnate. Slave masters out to get a bag, whipping the slave. Now they whip a jag, get a slave minimum wage. When God moved, they say that's the universe on display. That's blasphemy, they say he fake, don't never do what he say.
God your father man.
Let's go.
What's good, everybody out there? Happy freaking Thursday. Almost said Wednesday, but we up in here. Good guys, good to see everybody out there. We got Crafty in the house. Welcome on into the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Let me go and turn that music off right there, because you know how it is on Twitch. You want to mute your VOD because you played a little bit of this and that for like 3 minutes, but whatever. Whatever. You know what? I remember there was a streamer. There was a streamer that said something. You know, on Twitter, you know, people just say stuff just to start, you know, farming and things like that. So this particular streamer said something along the lines of like, if you play music on your VOD, on your stream, they're gonna take it out of your check when you get a payout. Like that's what she said, and I had never heard anybody say that before. Never.
Wait, what?
So I'm just saying, like, you play something that, you know, from an artist or whatever, and then when you get your check, I guess they collecting royalties or whatever. So,
Oh my goodness. Whatever.
yeah, I think that she just said that just to get people riled up and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man. Even from the freaking Twitch elders out here that have been doing this longer than us, I ain't never put nothing like that on YouTube.
Right.
No, you ain't supposed to really do it, but you know, worst case scenario, your VOD to get muted in a couple of countries. You know, maybe
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
maybe somewhere in Singapore or somewhere. You know, who cares, man? It's freaking Bangkok, man.
You're right.
I don't care.
I mean, I really don't think Twitch cares that much for the music, because if they did, I think everybody would have copyright strike.
Oh gosh.
So I think that's why they just mute parts of the VOD that has music in it. Because I know when I do it on my streams, there might be 1 or 2 spots where they're muted, but other than that, it's all fine.
I don't think I've ever met anybody that actually got like a real copyright strike.
Right.
Because of like that. Like, I know that people get their channels taken down and stuff, and it's interesting because before I got on here tonight, I was on Twitter, and this person, their account got banned from Twitch, and you know, they send you a little email letting you know why they banned you, and it was somewhere along the lines of like hate speech or something like that. And I'm like, how do you even like determine what's actually hate speech these days?
Yeah.
You know, and they lost their account, and I think it got reactivated because, bro, you got to go through like some hoops and valleys if something happens to your Twitch account. Like, I'm telling you, if everything ever happened to my Twitch account, I'm done, man. I don't care. I'm not fighting because,
Right.
dude, that's not, to me, it ain't worth it. But, you know, I get it. There's some people out here who do this for their livelihood, and, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But
Yep.
apparently, you know, you don't really talk to like a real person, like with customer service, or, you know, if you got a question or something like that, they got Q&A or some AI or bot that you get back to. But, you know, it's neither here nor there. But thanks everybody. Let me give y'all some cheers here in the crowd. Thanks everybody for being here. I know we took off a week. It was almost 2 weeks. We usually don't stream the first week of the month, obviously. That first Wednesday is usually the Wednesday that we try to like leave available to, well, for me at least, to go to church on first Wednesdays. And it crosses around the time that, you know, we typically do podcasts. And you had some stuff going on last week, so it worked out. And we almost missed 2 weeks, just about almost, but we made it. Almost. We didn't want to do that, man, because I feel like since we've come over to Twitch, we've been doing so good, bro. We've been doing so good.
Yep.
so consistent. Because you know
It,
really weren't like that with YouTube.
yeah, not at all. But luckily, we decided to come over here because this is where our community is. We felt like being more consistent on Twitch was the best route to go. Maybe one day we'll probably get back onto the YouTube scene, but as for now, Twitch is home.
I think ultimately YouTube is like it should be the place. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm inspired today, and I'll tell you why. Like you know the video I sent you last night. Notice
Mm-hmm.
I sent it to you late last night because I was actually sitting right here and I was watching it, and it was
Mm-hmm.
a 4 hour stream. I didn't watch the whole thing. I caught it like halfway through, but
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at the level of engagement and stuff like that. And you know, we do watch other podcasts, folks. Just like people who do podcasts tend to watch other podcasts to get ideas and to try to like shape some sort of like foundation for how you want your podcast to be. And I love,
Yeah.
first of all, I love the in person format. I love it. I think that's how it should be done. But there's a lot of successful podcasts to where it's remote, and I think we see that more than anything
Mm-hmm.
because you have the opportunity. If I want to like talk to somebody in New York, I can do that. If you want to talk to somebody in Australia, if you can meet the time zone, you can do that too.
Yeah.
So this is definitely for now at least a great way to do this. You never know what the future holds. We might be able to link up sometime in the middle. Meet up somewhere in the middle and make
Yeah.
something happen. You never know, or maybe occasionally. So
I mean, we're not that far from each other, so
right, we're not that far. I'm in Florida. You in the SIP, so about 3.5 hours, if that, to get to you at least from my way. So, how's your week been, man? Like I said, it's been a week since we've done this. What's new? Anything going on in your life that we should know about?
oh man, my week has been pretty good. I've been grinding pretty hard at work, with some tasks that have been assigned to me and everything, and you know, every month we have like what we call epic stand up, where it's like a big town hall with everybody in the epic department, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of kudos today. So that was definitely uh made me smile, just because I'm a newbie to the whole YouTube
Let's
scene,
go.
just
Nice.
taking it by storm. And I ain't gonna say by storm, but like taking the bull
Listen,
by the horns, and
y'all
and
take
and, you
y'all
know
taking it by
so
storm.
not taking it by storm. That sounds like I'm taking over the whole place.
Oh man, might be CEO
But
in 3 months. You never know. It's God's
you
plan.
never know. But just taking the bull by the horns and adapting to it, and getting those kudos was pretty big for me. So that definitely meant a lot. And then of course, I got the charity stream going on all month long. That has been a big success. Uh, a lot of bugs have been eaten. A lot of bean boozlers have been eaten.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it's all for diabetes, man. The the goal is 500. We're like $75 away from hitting the goal, and I mean, at this rate, we might even go past the goal. So it's definitely been a blessing.
I
Oh
will.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
No, well, I was gonna say, for you, anytime you do anything like a charity stream, it always tends to be successful, and I think it's because your heart's in the right place, and you're doing it for a cause, for a good reason. It's not for personal gain. It's not for you to get any notoriety, but it's for you know type 1 diabetes research, which I do feel like it's a cure out there. I feel like it's a cure for everything, if I'm being honest, but You
Yeah,
know,
of course.
that's another podcast for another day. We can leave that
Right.
out.
And yeah, and today is actually World Diabetes Day, so that's
Nice.
a big thing worldwide. So we got a lot of people right now that are alive doing charities. Everybody's been wearing blue and things of that nature.
Nice. What's up, Carlos? Carlos said he been waiting for half an hour, bro.
Okay.
Welcome on here. My man been sitting in the chat all this time. Carlos is always that faithful, man. Thanks so much for being here, bro. We appreciate you. We give you a hard time, but that's only because you secretly troll us too, subliminally. But thanks for
Yep.
being here, brother. Hopefully the family is doing well. But that's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that things are going well. I'm in the new career field, of course. I
Hmm.
know for me, I've been, you know, y'all already know my story. Just work, 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 work. I'm actually having to like reevaluate some stuff. I know not this coming week, but the week after, I'm taking some time off. I think it's just time for me to sit back and just kind of figure out, how to like go about closing out this year. How do I want to start the year? I don't really like the direction that I don't, not the direction. I like the direction, but I don't like the order of things right now because it's really taking up a lot of my personal time. That is to the point where I haven't really been able to do much of anything I really want to do. I express this to you guys all the time, of course. The night before last, I came home a little bit after 7:30, and one of my kids was on the couch dozing off. And then I
Hmm.
opened the door, and he woke up. I go to the room. I come back out. He's gone. He's out. And of course, I'm like, wow. I didn't want to wake him up. He was asleep. So I asked Crafty. I'm like, why you let him go to sleep, man? Like I ain't seen him all day. So I got no time with him the day before yesterday. So I felt some type of way yesterday. So yesterday came and it began to rain over this way. You said it was raining over there too, and I think that rain came over to us around 5:30. So
Oh, okay.
I took off. I took off a little early so I could take them out to eat last night, and it was nice. We got some wings. We talked a little bit, about the kids and how things going in school, and it was much needed. It was really really much needed. So,
Hmm.
but besides that, I'm blessed. I really am. God is so good. He's been good.
Amen.
He's been good to me. He's been good to my wife. Crafty, she's in there right now doing some work as we speak. She's got, I think about six. How many orders did you get this week, Crafty? 6 or 7, something like that.
Okay.
It's the
There
holiday
you go.
season. It's the holiday season. Holiday season comes around. People want to spend money. People want to spend some money during the holiday. I do too. I want to spend money too. I ain't even started Christmas shopping yet, man. It's bad. Cause it doesn't feel like Christmas over this way.
Right.
It just doesn't.
And
But yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Sure.
If you got, if anybody in the chat got your Christmas decorations up before Thanksgiving, coming for you.
Dude,
You're not gonna disrespect the turkey like that, okay?
man,
Okay.
I know some people. I know some people, and it's like they'll come out and say, "Oh, I know, it ain't Thanksgiving yet, but." I'm like, you couldn't wait the night of Thanksgiving or the day after just to put the tree up. Come on, bro.
Now,
Come
if them wild
on.
turkeys come after y'all, if them wild turkeys come after y'all and attack you, don't come looking for me, cause I've been. Just saying.
You
One of
better
these
look.
days, there's gonna be mutiny,
Oh.
and you're not gonna like it.
Let me catch up the comments. Carlos says, not quite. I opened up the channel and then the kids called me. So I was with them for about 20 minutes until my wife told me to let them go to bed. Let them go to She had to tell you to let them go to bed. We were playing 1,000 questions. Ooh, you gonna give a kid a game like that? They don't need to play a game. They already asked 1,000 questions. It's raining all over the place. It was raining for like 3 days over here. I mean, you would have thought it was like Noah's flood, bro. That's how much it was raining. It wasn't raining hard. Don't get me wrong, but it was raining. It was annoying.
Yeah.
I will put mines up the week of Thanksgiving. Of course you will. We already know. This woman right here got boxes and boxes of like decor. Man, we got this huge. We recently changed storage units because we found a very good deal on a storage that was pretty much the same price as we were paying, but it was like way more space. Probably big enough to park a car in, to be honest with you. So real big. It's a new place that opened up around the corner. So when we saw that, we were like, we moving, because this is stupid to pay all this money for this little closet that you got over here. So, but yeah, she's got boxes of just decor and for every season. And I mean, hey, if that's what you want to do, Crafty, if that's what makes you happy, go right ahead. You know, she gonna do it anyway. But
I'm gonna go visit my parents this weekend, and I already know my mom's gonna be ready for me to take decorations out of the attic. So I'm not gonna even ask. I'm gonna just go up to the attic, take them out.
You already know the deal. Yeah, as y'all can see, you know, we're doing well over this way. We're good. Before we get into today's topic, actually, before I say that, before I forget, what you think about this Tyson fight and Jake Paul?
Put it this way: Tyson loses, it was staged. If he gets knocked out, staged. There is no way I can see Mike Tyson losing Jake Paul. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't know.
Okay, so I look at it like this. You know, I'll be 39 in a couple of weeks, well, the week after next, technically. And, you know, before you know it, I'll be 40. Now, the older I've gotten, when I was young, and I was Jake Paul's age, he ain't but 27. It's hard to believe he that young. Man, he don't even look that young, dude. Aging terrible.
Yeah.
But when I was that age, I used to think that guys that were in their 40s and their 50s were like, you know, kind of washed up and weak and stuff like that. And now that, you know, I'm approaching, you know, 40 myself, man, I feel like I can stomp a mud hole in my 30-year-old self or my 25-year-old self. You feel me? Like, there's that maturity, that muscle maturity, that maturity of mentality and mind. And when you look at Mike Tyson, I don't see an old man. He don't look like an old man. He still looks dangerous.
Dude, he is still quick. Because I've seen some of his trainings. And, I mean, his jabs are just like,
dude.
oh my.
Yeah. He still will knock your average man out cold. Now, he is not somebody to mess with. And like you said, a lot of people are like concerned that it's going to be rigged. And because they already kind of put the payout out there, how much Jake's going to get paid, how much Tyson's going to get paid, and then whoever else is supposed to get a payday too. I don't think Mike Tyson can afford to lose this fight. I really don't. I mean, not that he's like trying to like come back or anything like that, but you know, he didn't really go out on the greatest note, honestly. You know, he didn't retire undefeated. He actually got knocked out, but from what I remember. And you know, people, we dealt with it, we accepted it, and it is what it is. You know, people didn't let it bother him. But if he get knocked out by Jake Paul, I don't even know. You know, his ego is gonna be able to handle that, even with a payday. So I am rooting for. I think everybody's rooting for Mike. 90% of people are rooting for Mike.
No, I don't think anybody likes.
No. The Paul brothers are like a pain in the butt. Him and Logan Paul. I can't stand him either. Can't stand him. They just
I actually like Logan in wrestling though. That's the crazy part.
Really? He can wrestle. Don't get me wrong, he can.
The fight with LA Knight, that moonsault he did off the rope.
Okay, yes. It was
I was like, whoa.
It was a great moonsault. And he took a big chance with that. He did. And nobody else in the company is doing anything like that. So, and we ain't seen them since, though. We ain't seen them since.
No, I think, because he does have a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he comes back for, like, the big event. Like he did with WrestleMania and other.
He on some Undertaker stuff then.
Yeah. Show
up when he want to. Guru, what's up, bro? Good to see you, my man. Guru says 100% Mike Tyson. Carlos says a young Tyson made an interview with Ali once, and he said, "Nah, I wouldn't fight him, both out of respect and because I like Ali, even older." Could whoop whoop the booty if he wanted to. A lot of people are pissed off at Jake Paul for even doing this right now. I think it's a lose-lose for him. If he wins, he'll be hated because he knocked out 58-year-old Mike Tyson, which that ain't gonna gain you no respect. And if he loses, they'll be like, we told you.
Yeah.
He's going to lose. And I don't even think he cares. He doesn't care whether he loses or wins. Even though he feels he's going to win, he don't care. Because he's getting, God dang, $40 million, I believe.
Crazy.
$40 million. And Tyson half? 20?
I would go in the ring for that, and I would just...
You better believe it.
Myself and run.
You better believe it, man. I mean,
I ain't throwing no punches.
Dude, if you you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for 7 rounds for $20 million, I have enough money to pay their medical expenses.
Like, look, Mike, just hit me one time. I'm gonna go down. That's it.
They got the thing is real. I can't let you go down. Oh no, Mike. Wait, say
Don't
what did
do me like that.
When he fought Roy Jones? Roy,
man.
Hey, he felt those punches. Roy was like, "Hey, man, wait a minute."
Bro, I thought Roy was gone because there was one body shot he tagged him up good with.
Yes, he did. Yeah, because that's the thing about Mike. Mike, I think that he has a switch. He got a switch. He flipped. He said something the other day that made me think, man, I don't think he's gonna lose his fight. So somebody asked him, like, what's driving you to do this? And he said that it was something about his. They said.
My children, I'm nothing.
Yeah. Tomorrow your family's gonna be there. He was like, man, to my kids, I'm nothing, but tomorrow they're gonna learn that their father's a special person. I was like, wow. Dang. I mean, when the last time you heard somebody say something like that?
That is tough.
To my kids, I'm nobody. Man. Well, I mean, whether it's fixed or not, people gonna watch it. People gonna watch it.
Indeed. And before we get into the topic of tonight, make sure y'all drop us a follow on all socials. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. It is Two Bearded Guys. We appreciate the love and support. We try to post whenever we can, but we've been busy.
Just bear with us. Just bear with us.
Yes, we did. I do need to do a socials command, Carlos.
And if y'all wouldn't mind, retweeting out the stream, we would definitely appreciate that. Guru, you're real good about that. Guru retweeted a YouTube video I made a couple days ago. So
I saw that. Yep,
I'm
I
like,
saw
dang.
that.
I was like, okay, look at this. So I appreciate that, Guru. Thank you so much. But so this is episode 25. Yeah, we got to cut the line with the Tyson talk because before this turned into a boxing podcast. But I'm sure we can talk about after that, after the fight. That might be what we end up talking about next week. You never know. So episode 25 feels like episode 50, but Bearded is a little lower.
Am I a little lower?
You
All
talk.
right, hold on.
Let me check. Let me check on my end too. Oh, I got it all the way up on mine.
I might be far away from it.
Yeah, you don't
that might be what it
you
is.
don't usually sit right up on your mic.
Mm-mm.
You got a dynamic mic or like what you got?
I got a Razer, the Syrian,
Okay.
the Syrian Mini. But I'm actually at some point I'm gonna get a boom arm.
Yeah, they definitely help. I mean, I ain't never had nothing other than a boom arm. I've always had a boom arm because I don't like sitting too close to the desk.
Mm.
And like this SM7B doesn't come with a stand. It's just a microphone, and then you kind of gotta make it work.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, episode 25 here. As you can see, the title here: Black Men and Dating. So, you ain't got to be black to be able to like relate to this. We're just speaking from just some video from a black perspective and from a lot of the social media culture, if you want to call it that. We talked about this. We talked about a similar topic. I think this was when we were on YouTube, talking about the passport bros, but we didn't really, get too deep into it. But today, we got something a little different. We actually have a video for everybody to watch. So it's a little bit longer. It is about 13 minutes long. I got the Elgato boom arm, Carlos. That's the one I got right now. Low profile. It's a little bit longer, but it is definitely worth watching. So just to kind of give everybody this draw this picture here. Like there's this war, whether you knew it or not, between black males and black females. It's been this way for many, 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 many decades. There's some arguments as to why things are the way that they are. A lot of this I think started possibly like back in the 70s maybe, when them folks started getting a little bit more involved with households, breaking up households and if you don't know what I mean by them folks, like the government coming into the household and kind of making things a little complicated for black males and black females to be together. And it's not all of the government's fault, but I think that there's an origins to everything, and that's just to kind of give you an idea as to where it could potentially have started, because here we are today and we see still this back and forth between black women and black men not getting along and thinking that they're one up in one another by dating outside of their race.
Yeah.
There could go ahead.
Oh no. Go ahead. I was just agreeing with what you were saying.
There could be an argument, a counter argument as to black females dating internationally or whatever the case may be. But we ain't women and we men, so we're gonna go ahead and stick to what we know. I don't know how women think in that regard. I don't know. I just know that I know how I think, and you know how you think.
Yeah.
And just for the record, me and Bearded are both married to two lovely black women. Is it by preference? I don't know. You love who you love, and it wasn't oh, you're black, I'm gonna marry you. That's not why. You know, you just love who you love. It could have been anybody, to be honest with you, but it was these two ladies. But we are going to play this video for everybody out there. So we could either, you let me know, man, we could either watch this in its entirety, or we could watch it and pause it and commentate.
What do y'all think, Jay? I think watch it and commentate, like pause when we get to a good part. Because I think if we watch the whole thing, we might forget something.
Yeah.
So if we get to a certain part that we want to talk about, we can speak on that.
Yeah, because if we watch it all the way through, we'd have to do it again. Just to break it up. So just to save time, we'll watch it together. We've already seen the video. I've seen it twice. Yeah. I watched it with Crafty one time, and she was like, wow. But this is a woman who is of German descent, and she lives in Germany, and she is married to a black man who came to Germany to seek out a wife. So let me pull the video up. Let's see.
And I'm gonna mute myself in Discord, that way I can hear it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, now y'all let me know if y'all got any trouble hearing this, if it's too low. I can fix that, but I got it all the way up here for the podcast. So without further ado, let's listen.
Black American women are no competition, and that's how I got my man. That is what a lot of people think I said in one of my YouTube videos, which is going viral on all social media platforms at this moment. I mean, TikTok, X, YouTube, Instagram, whatever platform you're looking for, you will see my face with that caption on that video. And you cannot imagine, the shitstorm from certain women is like a really bad case of diarrhea right now. But luckily, at the same time, there are a lot of people who agree with my overall message, which is always, any average man deserves a fit, cooperative, feminine wife, especially in today's modern society.
All right, so let me pause it right there. She said every man deserves a fit, feminine wife in today's society. Okay. Now, do you think she's right? Do you think that there are some women exercising too much masculinity for her to make a statement like that?
In a sense, I would say to some men, yes. Because obviously they're working out, they're getting muscular, they're getting toned. So to them, it's like, she's going to be bigger than me in the arm. Like, why would I want to date somebody that's like, look like they need to be in a world's strongest man competition or something, you know? But to others, other men, that doesn't bother them at all, because I mean, if you're getting fit and I'm getting fit, why does it matter how you look?
I think that that's one way of looking at it, but I'm thinking that the perspective she's coming from when we say masculine, when she says masculine, well, she said feminine, which means that she's insinuating that a lot of women in America are masculine. I think that they're trying to take charge, or they're trying to step into like a leadership role, perhaps trying to be bossy and not really submitting and listening. I think that's kind of where she's coming from, and we'll learn that as she continues here. Let's go ahead and continue. And sorry we pause frequently because we want to break this down. And y'all go ahead and chat too and let us know y'all thoughts. Crafty said this video again.
But without any further ado, let's dive into the clip that got a lot of women upset and a lot of content creators paid. Let's dive into it.
If you just shut up. That no black woman's not competition for us. A German white woman, very beautiful, gorgeous. Oh, she trashing black women? I don't want to say she's trashing them, but she's putting them in their place. I'm just joking. She ain't said nothing bad about the black woman, did she? Nah. Well, be the judge. Let's look at the video.
Look how
I
serious
already
he
knew
is.
I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, he really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say.
All right. Is it true that a lot of American women are loud and they try to overtalk in particular situations?
Ooh. Ooh.
That's what she's saying right now.
That's what it is. That's exactly what she's saying. Oh man. If I'm being honest, I'm gonna say the majority yes. I will say the majority yes. Because they feel like they have to win the argument. Feel like they're not being heard, so they gotta be loud to be heard. So and they, I'm not gonna say they feel like they gotta assert their dominance, because to some people it does sound like that they're trying to assert their dominance when they're loud. But I think for the most part, it's just, I think the women don't kill me for this, but I think some women feel like they have to get the last say no matter what.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't disagree with that. It's true. Crafty says certain women can be loud, not all. What does that mean? Who is certain women? You're a woman. Tell us. I wish we had more women in here too, but it's okay. Maybe somebody will come in and we'll see. But what is certain women? All right, let me continue here.
Right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him. Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially black American family, has barely a family unit. There is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to.
She said that the average black household doesn't have a normal family unit. So basically, like, single mom households, which, I mean, we're not going to sit up here and say all. No, it's not
Right.
all, but it definitely is. Definitely a problem. I know so many single black mothers, and she said that he grew up in that type of home, so he wasn't really used to her femininity or the way that she came upon him and stuff like that. Because if what she's saying, along the lines of the fact that he was probably raised by a single mother who, I don't know how many kids, probably had to play that dominant role. Especially raising a boy, to be a man. And a lot of people only know what they know from what they've seen from growing up.
Yeah. Because the way she was, saying how she was nurturing her husband, or kind of showing her nurturing side to her then boyfriend, almost made it seem like she was being submissive. Because now in today's society, that's what people think submissiveness is like. How she said she would make sure he's okay. She wouldn't eat before he ate, and all that different type of stuff. And I think a lot of people take that as being as the woman being submissive.
Yeah, Carlos says there's people out there that get into relationships with the mentality of single player.
And not,
And,
yep.
yeah, that's true. That's why a lot of them fail, Carlos. All right, let's continue.
With my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young, it doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown, because unfortunately a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say
a lot of American women are lost, delusional, and could potentially be alone for the rest of their life, is what she says. You know what I'm thinking about right now? You know what I'm thinking about? Don't be looking like that, Crafty. You know darn well you don't fall in that category, man. Be looking like that. Stop it. Here y'all go, trying to band together. It's true, a lot of them will. But you know who I'm thinking about? Kevin Samuels. I'm thinking about Kevin Samuels right now. I'm thinking about how he would break down the mentality of American modern day women. The expectations are so high that they just look past certain men. You know what I'm saying? They look past certain men like, oh, you don't make enough money, or you're not tall enough, or you don't drive this, or you don't live here, stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I got a client. She got a boyfriend, right? And he told her that he was ashamed to bring her for her to see his home or something like that, because in the past, exes had broke up with him because of where he lived, because he lived in the hood, or what he drives and stuff like that. So she was like, I don't care where you live, I still stay with my mama. I ain't got no business judging you. So now that's the type of mindset I like right there. Like, being understanding about somebody's current situation. The fact that they're not going to stay in that situation for long. If you can't be with me in my struggle, how are you going to be with me when I'm prospering? You know what I mean? They want you to make $100K a year and drive a Porsche and all this other stuff. And like homegirl here say, they have a delusional mind, and they probably will end up being alone.
Yeah.
Like that. And this is why a lot of guys are like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah. Yep.
What else is out there?
That's why they have the whole passport bro movement. A lot of people. I know someone that I sold a car to back when I was living back at home. He's going through that situation right now. He and his wife got divorced. I mean, they're on good terms, so it wasn't like it was a bad split. But he's actually in a relationship with someone in the Philippines, and he's gone to visit her, and he seems to be pretty happy. And I think that's why a lot of men are doing that, because these women out of the country have a different culture, and they've been probably raised by their mother to, I'm going to say this in quotation, submit to the man.
Yeah.
But they've been taught to be nurturing, because in all honesty, mostly in the black community, black men just want to feel peace. They want to have peace. want to have a safe space.
Yes.
And we don't get that, we gon' find
We
someone else
gon'
that will give us that.
yes. That's
And we don't
that's
care what race it is.
that's not a threat. That's a promise. It happens every time. It ain't got nothing, that ain't even like really got nothing to do with race. But it's
Right.
interesting that the ones that they do tend to like find that comfort and that peace in tends to be women that come from backgrounds like this that know how to treat a man. So
See,
go ahead.
Carlos says people out there think that serving others in a helpful manner is being submissive. They are confused. 100% agreed.
Yeah,
100% agreed.
I agree. Absolutely. All right, let's continue.
Say by choice, but I don't believe them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a snippet out of a whole YouTube video where I was talking about how my basic daily activities have impressed and impacted my husband's daily routine. I mean, it is just what it is. And you know what? A lot of women out there should apply that knowledge that I'm trying to give to you for free. Tell me, where did you hear me say that Black American women are no competition? I was not even talking about Black American women in particular. I never said anything like that I am better than them. I never said anything like I have better qualities than a Black American woman. No, I'm always talking about modern Western women in general. And by the way, a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who was listening with their ears instead of using their emotions, because when you compare the caption of the video that I didn't even put on the video to the words that were coming out of my mouth, the caption had nothing to do with the words that I was saying. I mean, honestly, I was
Pause it right
talking
there.
about the American...
I gotta hit that.
Yeah.
I gotta hit that. Man, she just said a bar. Oh my goodness. She said, for the people that was listening and not using their emotions.
Oh yeah. How many people actually do that now?
Oh my gosh. Like, and this is it. This is everybody. This ain't black men. This ain't just black men. This ain't just black women, white men, whatever case it may be. This is everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of people listen to respond and don't just listen.
Yes. Then they don't
Like-
even give themselves enough time to even receive what's being said before they say something.
Right. Like, listen to what's being said and think about what you're going to say. Because if you're thinking while you're listening, you hadn't heard nothing.
No. No.
Like, man, because I've seen it at when I was in the car business. It happened all the time.
Really.
Like, I'm trying to explain to you why you can't get this car, but you still trying to. But I could do this. I could do that. Listen to me, my child.
Listen, my son.
Everything in the light touches. Gee.
Please. Carlos
I
is.
feel like if people would just stop and listen, like, don't be so quick to respond. I think it would be so much better. Continue.
I mean, you're right. Why are people like that? Carlos says people want to be super reactive instead of analyzing. Because nobody wants to be wrong.
Nobody.
Nobody wants to be. It's like nobody want to be wrong, but somebody has to be wrong. So make it make sense. Let's continue.
Family structure, if you were able to get the message that I was trying to bring to you. Yes, I did say the average Black American family barely has a family unit. Not even in that statement I generalized all Black families in America that they don't have a family unit. I lived in America for 2 years and I've seen a lot of messed up things in Black households, white households, and I very soon came to the conclusion, coming from a traditional household, that there is something seriously wrong that's going on in those households in America. And I was flabbergasted at the amount of disrespect an average American man would have to deal with coming from the woman of the household. I mean, these women, not only that they were disrespectful, they were lazy too. And I heard them speak a certain way to their children that had me in complete shock. I mean, I remember this one situation where this woman called her teenage son bitch, and I couldn't believe my ears. Even if that was supposed to be a joke in that moment, that word is doing something to that child. How is it going to grow up thinking it's okay that a woman is calling that boy bitch? I mean, let's be real. But
Okay. Now, I personally have heard that happen before. I personally have heard that happen before, to where the mom is talking to the son in a very degrading way and actually did call the son the B word. I've heard them call their kids all different type of names. Inappropriate names, other curse words. I made a YouTube video a couple of days ago on the Growing in Godliness channel about your words, the words that you say, and how there's a lot of grown men and women right now who are like damaged from their childhood, being called out of their name, being cussed out from the people that they're supposed to be able to like trust above any and everybody, which are their parents.
Yeah.
So she ain't lying. I see it at the grocery store. I done seen mamas like, the kid might be doing something or moving too slow and they just cuss them out. I'm like, dang, man, like, it's like you hate your child. You feel me? It's weird to me.
Like it don't anything. Even when the child's being bad, there's no reason for you to cuss the child.
No.
Like, make it make sense. What reason can you give me for you to cuss out your child, whether they're a kid or a teenager? Because eventually, what's gonna happen? They gonna get older, and you gonna say something they don't like, and they gonna cuss you out, and you gonna be sitting there like boo boo the fool, and you gonna be like, "What'd you say to me?" I was like, "Well, you've been cussing at me all my life, so obviously it's okay."
Yep. My son is my oldest is 18, and I can tell you, honest to God, I have never ever cursed him out. Never. None of my kids. I refuse to talk like that in front of I don't talk like that to anybody. Honestly, I don't cuss anybody out. You've never heard me.
Right.
You've never heard me use profanity, because I don't. So to talk to a child like that is insane. So let's go. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense, Carlos. It don't. Carlos said, "Yep, that even happens here in some households with some very bad expressions like cursing the mother of the child, but the person saying it was the child's mother. Oh, I've never uttered those words to anyone because I was raised right. It don't even matter what they right." See, once upon a time I had a mouth on me. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you live and you learn. You get older, and as soon as I started expanding or having a family, I a lot of those bad habits, God delivered me from that, man. So even Crafty will tell you, there was old me, and then there's me now, and she'll tell you what type of a father I am.
Right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with not necessarily discipline, but nothing wrong with being stern.
Yeah, of course.
There's nothing wrong with being stern.
Yeah.
But there does come a point to where your stern goes extreme.
Yeah, I agree. And it shouldn't ever involve like degrading your children.
Yes.
All right, let's continue.
enough said, let's dive into a few comments of a couple of women under my video who have a lot of love for me. You know what? I love you too. He was homeless, curious to why no Russian man wifed her if she had family values. We stay rent-free in everyone's head, or why is everyone obsessed with us, or who wants something from the store. Nobody's obsessed with you, honey, trust me. Those are the ones we don't want, sis. You're good. These women are so delusional, they are absolutely obsessed with themselves. Now, honestly, what justifies these women making comments like this? Am I the problem, or are they maybe the problem? I'll tell you what the issue is. They have a huge problem with someone who treats an American black man very, very well. And that's the problem they have, because they think no man deserves to be treated well if he doesn't pay. Excuse me, that doesn't even make any sense to me. If I can only be nice to you when you pay me, that makes me a whole prostitute. I'm sorry, I'm gonna just call it for what it is. You can get upset if you want to. The truth is always going to be the truth. And on this channel, all you will find is the truth, whether if you like it or not. I mean, isn't it
She said, if I expect a man to just give me money just to act right, you might as well call me a prostitute. Like, wow.
Tough. That is tough. And that's society. That is society. The number one thing is finance. That's as a matter of fact, because I told you this earlier in our we were chatting.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a stream today. There's this podcast called Tonight's Conversation.
Yeah.
It's got 5 different people. I've seen a lot of clips on TikTok, and every time it pops up, I watch it because they spit some knowledge.
Right.
And we were on an episode called Gender War.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one of the points made was that, you know, if the man's not, if the man can't support financially, then there's nothing there. You know? And to me, I think it's the other way around. If you can't support me mentally, spiritually, and physically, then there's nothing there. Because the finances, I mean, it's important, yes, but in that same breath, are you wanting the financial part to benefit you or benefit both of them?
Yeah. So they always the old saying is that, you know, the woman keeps the home together. You know, bringing the solitude, bringing the peace, bringing the comfort, and we're the hunters. We get out there, we do what we got to do, we provide, we make things happen.
Huh?
Oh,
He said he had a story about it. He's gonna make it
oh,
short.
okay. But yeah, we're the hunters. We get out here, we make things happen. The lady stays home and make sure everything is in order, and so that we can have that safe haven to recover and to feel rejuvenated, to get back out in the world and do it again, because that's what we do. And I do believe that if the man ain't providing, then everything can fall apart. But I also feel like he's got to have some covering at home to be able to gather that strength to get out there and to make that happen. And that is the woman's job. That is what you do. You know, I mean, I don't feel like a woman should be providing for the family. Now, if you got a husband, then absolutely not. No. That's just me. I mean, that's out of order, first of all, biblically. So that's not even a conversation.
Right.
You know, I've seen videos where dudes talking about they stay at home dads. What you mean you a stay at home dad? Like, what is that? My wife go out to work and I stay home with the kids. Like, nah, bro.
Apparently, the wife was making way more than the man, and he was like, if you making more, I'm stay home with the kids.
She better be a millionaire then.
Right?
All right, let's continue.
true that the majority of modern women nowadays don't want the average man because they are just not good enough for this boss babe? But at the end of the day, these women forget, which makes them so delusional, these women forget that some of them, a lot of them, are below average. I mean, how can you sit there and put yourself on a pedestal, expect all men to do the same because you're wearing fake hair, because you're wearing fake lashes, because you have lip fillers, cheekbone fillers, forehead lip fillers, you are wearing certain type of clothes that make your body look a certain way. But once all of that comes off, I don't know who we're supposed to put on the pedestal. Surely not your ass. I also know for a fact that 90% of these women who are
Yeah. Look at crafty face. Fake lashes, fake hair, lip fillers, clothes that make your body look different.
It just made me get up out the chair.
Dude, I just talked to my client about this earlier today. We were talking about, I feel like men love natural women, and doing all this artificial stuff is really not. We don't want that. We don't want that. You know, the BB, like Carlos, the BBLs. That's out of control right there, man. That's out of control. Looking like a freaking half human, half horse. Like, I mean, but be like out a foot away from your hips. That don't make no sense to me.
I think that comes from just a lack of self-confidence. It has to, because there is no woman in their right mind. I just be, or I want bigger. But there are women that do that. Just, I don't understand it.
I mean, I think that there's nothing wrong with working on your self-confidence, but I just think that when it's to the degree of just putting additives to your body, because somebody would argue like, oh, why do you work out then? You know, do you work out because you didn't have any confidence? Like, no, I didn't. I didn't have no confidence when I first started working out, and then, you know, I didn't like how I looked. So I did something about it. I'm just being honest. So yeah, that's just completely different. But when you start to like do all these surgeries and all this added stuff, yeah, the BBL that leaves a woman with a food tray holder. Oh, there's better ways to do it. This dude right here, Carlos, bro, put this man on the stage. Give him a mic.
That's the cup challenge right there.
Dude, give this man a mic. He is a comedian. Why don't you just come on out and tell us that's what you do, bro? All right, let's continue.
in that comment section are single. Single by choice, you know, because the average man is not good enough. Oh, but coincidentally, that high value man is not checking for them either. So of course you're going to be single by choice. Who are you even kidding? And you cannot tell me that you're coming home every night and you're happy with no man that's waiting for you. No man you can cuddle with. No man that's going to help you, protect you, provide all of the security for you. You're always talking about that you can do all of that yourself. If you can, why are so many of you all over social media platforms just breaking down in your car, crying that you are sick and tired of being single? It doesn't make any sense to me. Can you please make it make sense? As women really need to stop thinking that their looks only is everything a man is looking for in a woman. I'm gonna tell you one thing, the culture I come from, my Turkish culture, we take pride as women if we can go to work, take care of the household, contribute to the household, and take care of our loved ones. Some of you are out there don't even know what that means. I mean, honestly, what do you bring to the table besides you being the table? Let's break those words down. What does it even mean, you being the table? You have a career, good for you.
That looked like a pause moment.
Is that not what our boy Flash said in our first round table?
Exactly what he said.
That is exactly what he said.
That's
what
exactly
else
what he
can
said.
you bring to the table besides sex?
He need to hear that. He need to hear that. And that was, what, 2.5, 3 years ago?
That was 3 years ago.
And that's coming from a man. What else do you bring to the table?
That's the $1 million question tonight, chat.
Because a lot of them will say the same thing. I am the prize. So that's all you got to offer. That's it. A lot of them
Don't
can't.
get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with saying you're the prize, but that prize better come with more than just
Yeah.
sex.
You gotta.
And I mean, the men do the same thing. You know, we call ourselves trophy husbands, so
Yeah.
but we got to bring more than, you know,
Yeah.
both heads.
More than being a pipe dealer, bro. A Super Mario pipe. Oh man, we're supposed to be a Christian pop platform, man. So
Hey,
let's be.
Look, God invented sex.
He did.
It's a good thing. So I
He
mean,
did.
it's okay.
It is good. It's got to be some some terms and conditions, and it is okay. It is okay. But it's true though. It's true.
It is true.
It
It is
is
very
true.
true.
All right, let me Carlos says, but what kind of prize? A participation trophy or a prize worthy of being earned?
You know what, Carlos? We're gonna set you up on a gig. So
Look, Carlos,
comedy hour on the podcast.
No, that's what I'm gonna say. It's time for you to get up on the podcast, bro. I know you got a camera and a mic. Make some time. We putting you on here with us, bro. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts, bro. You getting up here. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Look at us stretching out a 13-minute video.
You have a nice car, good for you. You have a good sense of humor, good for you. You're good looking, good for you. But what is a man supposed to do with all of that? Wipe his ass? A man doesn't need you for that. Do you really think that a man is going to put up with you? You looking good? You got your...
So it's not enough. It's not enough to look good. It's not enough to have a nice car. It's not enough to have a sense of humor. It's, for what the young lady here is saying, it's not enough. What else? Like she said, what can a man do with that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what can he do with that, really?
Nothing.
Because especially if he can match it, like, what if he has a nice car?
Right.
What if he's attractive? What if he has a nice home? What do you have in those things? How can you change his life? I think that's the real question here. Like, how can a woman who exercises those attributes change a man's life that she desires? And I think that's the $1 million question when it comes to just dating in general. Like, what is it about you that can change my life? And it ain't the bedroom. You can do that with anybody and get that anywhere. Come a lot deeper than that, okay? Because that's not gonna do it.
Nah.
You feel me?
No.
It's a lot of women who think, I'll sleep with him and then maybe he'll come around. Nope.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people say that thing got power. Because if the man don't act right, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. Carlos says, I'm going to be honest here. I'm the one with the most humor in my marriage. Somebody got to be funny. I know for me, I definitely have the funny bone, and I have the humor. Crafty, she crack her little wise jokes here and there, and I pat her on the back for trying. Every so often, she'll come out with something, and do that. But I love to make her laugh. Same here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You make your wife laugh, that's a big deal.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Career, you got your car, but when he comes home, you're going to create a whole bunch of drama? No, he's not going to be with you. A lot of women are broken. Their ego is way too big for them. And you cannot tell me that a lot of women aren't broken, because if somebody is not mad, at something, and most of the time these women are mad at themselves, really. Women would not act like that in the comment section. They would not insult me. I mean, there are so many comments, I couldn't even put it all in one video without the video being maybe an hour long. There are so many insulting comments, even towards my husband. They don't even know the man. There's a reason why I keep my husband private. You may see a picture here, you may see a picture there, but at the end of the day, I know how shicey these women are. They would be on the internet, send him messages, send him nudes, send him all these things. So if you don't want that average man, why are you doing all of these things? What you should be really doing instead is listen to my advice and other content creators' advice and try to self-correct and try to apply some of these things that I'm mentioning in my videos in your relationship and see how that impacts your relationship. A lot of you women out there want to be one in a million, but all you are is one of a million. You are no different from the next woman that pretends she is unique, she's the only one, she's everything a man is looking for in a woman. No. All of you are the same, y'all look the same, y'all act the same, talk the same, think the same, move the same. Try to be yourself. But I understand a lot of you don't even understand what it means to be yourself. You women.
She said a lot of you act the same, look the same, think the same. I mean, she ain't wrong. Now, look, it's not like I'll be out here. I'm sure you can. I speak for you too, or you can speak for yourself. We ain't out here looking. Don't get me wrong, but you can't help what you see, and you can't help what you hear when it comes to like modern women, particularly black women, because this is who she's talking about. Because if you didn't see the whole video here, the beginning of it, she went viral for making that first video we saw and basically saying how she just didn't agree with how American women were treating their men and how they weren't any competition for German women. And then that video got twisted, and they twisted her words and saying German women says black women are no competition. And that's how she went viral for the most part. That's why she's making this video here. She's like, I didn't say that, but since you want to say I said it, let me put you in your place. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like when she said y'all all look the same, I mean, it's really hard to disagree with that. And as far as like being yourself, like, I feel like authenticity is something that's lost in today's society. Like, I am who I am, right? You are who you are. We are very clear about the type of people that we are. We like what we like. We don't try to be somebody that we're not. But do you feel like women, do you really feel like they all look alike? Because all guys don't look alike. Right. But do you feel like your standardized modern day woman looks alike?
Yes and no. I'll say yes, because again, back to what she was saying about getting the BBLs, getting the filler, wigs, things like that. That is the norm right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is really being their natural self.
Mm.
You see women nowadays with the long extensions and I mean, not just black.
Yeah.
Other women as well.
Yeah.
And the lip fillers, the BBL. So yes, most women do look the same, but also I'll say no, because some women are very in tune with their star player, in the words of Cat Williams. So it doesn't matter. I mean, I ain't gonna say it doesn't matter how they look, but they are who they are because they don't want to change for anyone. Like they don't want to change their appearance just to impress somebody.
Right. Well, I mean, I look at it like this. Like there's just certain styles, I guess I see, like a certain way that they'll wear makeup, or a certain way that they'll do their eyebrows, or a certain way that they'll wear their wig. Like do whatever you. I guess do what you want to do if that's what you want to do, not because you see other women doing it. I just find it really hard to believe that that's authentic when you see women with the same exact style of makeup, and you know what I'm talking about. You see it. The type of makeup that just completely changes how they appear, like
Yeah.
completely changes how they look. And with the whole, what do you call those, the edges with the hair. I mean, it's a particular look. This is what she's talking about when she says y'all look the same, you act the same, you think the same. And it's very hard to like dispute that. Now, this is not all women, and I'm pretty sure at this point some of y'all probably think, man, you guys always bashing women. Like, we ain't bashing women. Like, this is like coming from a woman, not us. We're not. We just commentating on what she's saying and affirming it because it's true. But in all women's defense, some women's defense, no, all women are not the same. My wife don't look like any of these women. Like, she doesn't. She don't wear the what do you call it? The edges. She don't do that. She don't do her makeup like they do. She don't dress like they do. She doesn't act like they do. She acts. My wife acts. I've never met a woman who acts the way that my wife acts. I just haven't. She just has her own unique way. That's just her, and I'm pretty sure you feel the same way. And authenticity will always win at the end of the day. I feel like you can get a man just by being yourself. By showing him I ain't like the rest of them, and everybody else is like a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, and I am who I am. But the last thing that she said before I paused is she said a lot of you don't even really know who you are, or you're afraid of expressing that because you think he's not going to want you. Like, you'd be shocked at what a man wants.
Really and truly, I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all the cheat code. We just want peace.
That's it.
We want safe space.
We
just want to be able to come home, and if we tired and we want to hop on the game, let us hop on the game.
That's all we want, man. It's just some peace and quiet, and that's it, man. That's it. Just act accordingly. Fill them out, and and there's a lot of guys that feel like they have to go out of the country to get that, which is again brings back the passport bro thing. They're like, we're sick and tired of not being appreciated. We're sick and tired of not being selected. We're tired of people thinking they were subpar, women thinking they were subpar, not my type, or I don't gotta be, yeah. So I mean, I don't know how it feels to be a passport bro. It ain't my problem, and it ain't yours either. But this needs to stop though, because I feel like to tie this all in together, it's about 3 minutes left of this video. She kind of goes on in circles a little bit near the end. I think she kind of got out of what she wanted to say really within the first 7.5 to 8 minutes. So there's really no point in watching the rest of that video. But I think the point of all of this is that I don't feel like you necessarily have to go to Germany to find a wife. I don't think you have to do that. I didn't have to do
Unless you're in the
that.
military. Unless you're just
Yeah,
stationed.
that's another story, man. If you stationed over there and you just so happen to find a woman and you ain't married already, then do what you got to do. Just do what you got to do at that point. But I just wish that men and women would respect each other and look deeper than the shell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look deeper than the shell. Look deeper than how much money he has, or look deeper than how he looks, ladies. look deeper and look at the heart. You feel me? Because I know on both sides it's kind of wrecked. You know, there's some guys out here that some women are afraid to give a chance to, and there's some women out here, some guys are afraid to give a chance to. I think that there's a lot of fear involved when it comes to dating. And maybe some of these guys did shoot their shot at some of these ladies and they did get turned down, because that does happen. I see it.
Yeah.
We see it. You know, and that's when they choose the alternative. Like, well, if I can't get a black woman here, then I'll just go and it's on the other side of the world where they actually value a man.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that that's another thing in this country, is that the value of a man is very low here, especially in the United States of America. You know,
I do agree. Yeah.
we talk about this all the time. We talk about how men are just not appreciated, how we just kind of pushed to the side like we some robots and we don't have no emotions and stuff like that. Not being considered for anything. How Father's Day is a joke. Mother's Day is like a heavenly holiday. But that's not the way that it is in a lot of other countries around the world. There are women out here who definitely know how to. Let me put it like this: like certain cultures, like in like Indian culture, Asian culture, if they have daughters, they at a young age start preparing them for how to like be a wife. So they have them as like little bitty girls, cleaning and cooking and doing the laundry and doing things around the home, because they're like, one day, you know, you're going to be somebody's wife. And then you'll know how to serve him, because marriage at the end of the day is about service. You know, the man takes care of his wife. Wife makes sure that her husband is well taken care of. It's a package deal.
And I think it goes along with, you know, everybody taking the test, the 5 love language test. That's how you really get to know who your partner is. You know,
Yeah.
are their love languages acts of service, words of affirmation, is quality time? You know, that can really tell you most of what you, I ain't gonna say most, about a third of what you need to know about your partner.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's very important too, because you can't assume. You know, if you assume, you'll keep pushing the wrong button. You know, you start to learn about the person that you're with, and that's another thing. A lot of people are with people they don't even really know them to know how to cater to them. So, but I don't know, man. Like, to each their own. I'm not opposing of men dating internationally. I feel like you should date whoever you want to date, and it shouldn't be a problem. You know, it ain't nobody's business who you date. Whether you want to date somebody in America, you want to date somebody in China or Brazil, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy, let that be.
That goes for men and women.
Yeah, right, yeah, and the women too. If there's a lot of women who feel exactly the way that black men feel, they feel like there's no good black men. They feel like there's black men that don't protect them. They feel like that they don't want to be fathers. And so they will date white men or Hispanic or whatever they want. And again, do what you want to do at the end of the day. Like, there shouldn't even really be a war here. And only black people do this, man. Like, nobody else does this. Like, white people don't give a crap about who white people date. They really don't care.
They used to.
Well, yeah, you know, back in the day.
I mean, there's still some white people that feel that way too. Like, you shouldn't date outside the race, but majority of white folks really don't care.
Yeah,
That's why you see a lot of interracial couples now.
Dude, you see a lot. Like, I watched a video like a long time ago that said that, I mean, I don't know, this might not even be true, that at some point, you know, that race, don't even know I don't know what to call it, to be honest. But between a black person and a white person when they procreate, we just say mixed.
Biracial. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
biracial.
I know it's biracial, but it doesn't have a name. They don't have like an official like African American or Jamaican
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. That they said that the majority of like the people in this country are going to look like that. That's what they said. So I'm like, well, I mean, that's what it is. That's just what it is. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can't help who you love. But
Right.
some people are very, very anal about who they choose to marry and stuff. But again, it's your business. You do what you want to do at the end of the day. Whatever makes you happy. So,
Yep.
but we have reached our limits. Limit breaker. Super Saiyan 3. Only so much time. Any closing words you wanna say, bro, before we get up out of here?
Uh, no, I mean, I think this was a great topic. I think the lady really explained herself on what she meant for this video. We just, as a collective, we need to do better, men and women alike. So again, like these said, I mean, it may seem like we're bashing women, but we're not. We would never do that. We just speak our minds. We just like Carlos said in the chat. We talked about the dads, about the dad
Yes,
beef.
yes, we sure
So
did. We went in on 'em.
and we went in way worse than tonight. So
Man. Oh
um,
yeah.
so I mean, you know, we don't want you guys to come in here thinking that we just bash everybody. This is how we feel. We want to see everybody win. We want to see everybody better. With us being men of God, obviously, if God is not the center foundation, any relationship, any marriage, obviously it ain't.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, I definitely affirm everything you just said. It's just a matter of analyzing real situations that people go through every day. Behavior tendencies that we like to talk about. We try to, honestly just try to get to the root of why things are the way that they are and why people act the way that they act and things like that. That's pretty much why we talk about these type of topics here. Because it is a thing. It really is. And like Beardy said here, like if you can date whoever you want, but if you don't know God and they don't either, forget it. So, but hey, that's gonna do it for us tonight. This was a great talk. Really, really good episode. We did it, guys.
Let's go.
We will be back next week, regular time, Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. With a whole nother topic. We hope everybody out there has had an amazing day and that you enjoyed this podcast. If you would, be sure to you can still retweet the VOD, the stream. I mean, the VOD should come up at that point for anybody that doesn't see it, and this will be on YouTube as well. I'm gonna put it on one of my channels as well because I think it'll go really well with just the vibe of direction I go with the Initial Speech channel. I'm gonna put it on there, and then it'll also be on that channel too. So, but everybody, y'all have a blessed night, and we will see y'all next week.
Get it out.
Peace out. Peace out. Y'all be blessed.
T-shirt memory, dollar sign pan them eyes full of green. By any means, them root boy don't eat. Them ask me why I'm always off in the street. Tell me who about to do it if not me.